What is old is new again. What was blocks is now counters. What is the Eastern Front is still the Eastern Front. Vento Nuovo Games presents Blitz in the East, a game that covers the Eastern or Russian Front during World War II, starting with the initial German invasion of Operation Barbarossa to the final Soviet advance towards Berlin in 1945. This presentation marks a change for Vento Nuovo Games, being the first to use counters instead of blocks. This is a two-player game that can be played solitaire if desired. The components for the game consist of the following: a single mounted map board, 84 by 64 centimeters or 33 by 25 inches, 28 event cards, 65 counters with pre-rounded corners, 82 markers, a rules manual, 2 aid cards, 4 dice, and 4 scenarios included in the game. The scale of the map is 1 hex equaling 100 kilometers, or roughly 62 miles. Each unit represents a corps or army unit. Each turn represents the passage of about 2 months. In addition, Blitz in the East has the Scorched Earth expansion, which consists of the following components: 28 event cards, 125 markers with pre-rounded corners, a rules manual, 2 historical scenarios, and 2 what-if scenarios. There is also an Ubertext map, which is 124 by 84 centimeters or 48 by 33 inches. What follows is a simplified version of the turn sequence that demonstrates how the game is played. Both the Axis and the Soviet turn sequence are identical, with one following the other. The turn sequence begins by the phasing player drawing a card if it was scheduled to arrive that turn. Next is the strategic card employment, where the phasing player may employ a single card from their hand. This is followed by the initial supply check, where the phasing player checks to see if their units, controlled production centers, and rail yards can trace an unhindered line to a supply source. An out-of-supply marker will be placed on any unit that cannot trace such a line. Next is production points collection, in which points are collected from factories, mining centers, and oil fields. Production points are used to reorganize, replenish, upgrade, and resurrect units, along with paying for upfront penalties and paying for major operations. Reinforcement entry brings in scheduled reinforcements as per the scenario played. This phase is also used when production points are expended. A single ground unit may now be relocated using strategic rail movement. This is followed by the air and operational movement phase, which allows air and ground units to be moved within certain restrictions. The ground movement phase follows, in which the phasing player may move any organized and supplied unit that didn't move during the operational movement phase up to their full movement allowance. Next is the attrition phase, in which the phasing player, assuming they have air and/or armor superiority, may use the attrition table to wear down their opponent. The attack phase follows, assuming the phasing player has purchased the offensive chit as part of their administrative phase. Air and ground resolutions to units in conflict are resolved during this phase. After the attack phase, if the phasing player meets the qualifications, a blitz phase may be initiated. This allows for further advance and exploitation, which reflects the rapid advances experienced by both sides during the war. The turn sequence ends with the appropriately titled final phase. This consists of a final supply check of all out-of-supply units to see if they have regained supply, and a victory check to see if the blitz or decisive victory conditions have been met, which will end the game immediately. Future videos in the Blitz in the East series will cover play examples, optional rules, and other aspects of the game. Thanks for watching. The Seek Out and Play YouTube channel offers several videos on the Vento Nuovo line of games. Plus, you can keep up with the latest news by visiting our Facebook and Twitter pages. And if you want to support the channel, we have a link to our Patreon page below. And I will see you next Wednesday.